All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and kick it off now that I know you guys can hear us. Appreciate everyone coming out today. We're really excited to have a good little presentation here to show off what we've been doing. So we've got Delisa here. She is with SRS Distribution and has been our main point of contact for a good while now. I think we've been working together for many months to make this happen. So really excited to finally be able to get this out there, get this into our customers' hands. This has been a very heavily requested integration. So, really appreciate you coming out and sharing a little bit more with us today, Delise, and just everything you've done to help make this happen. I know it's a lot of work behind the scenes. You've kind of been a great quarterback for all of us, kind of keeping us all moving forward, getting your teams together. We've also had Matt Millette has been very involved on our side. He's our CFO. But just yeah, been a big team effort. So really appreciate you today, and look forward to finally getting to demo this live for everyone.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure. So before we jump in there, a couple housekeeping things. Just again, want to remind everyone about the JobTread Pros Facebook group. We actually just reached 9,000 members in there, so super excited about that. Really great community though to ask questions, get help, share ideas, best practices, things like that. If you're not part of that group, definitely hop in there. Very, very active. Great way to just get a lot of good collaboration going. And if you're not tuning into Builder Stories, we would love for you to like and subscribe. This is the weekly podcast that I put out every Wednesday morning. Just hearing from builders, their stories, their journeys, the challenges they've had, how they've overcome them, what's working, what's not. It's a great resource for you all to be able to learn from others and hopefully not make the same mistakes. Being able to just hear from their experiences is a great way to learn and grow your business. And lastly, I want to remind everyone we have our boot camps that are just now kicking off. The first one of the year is actually going to be tomorrow, Thursday and Friday. So the next ones coming up after that are going to be April 9th and 10th. And then we're going to do another one April 23rd and 24th. If you have not attended one of our in-person events, you will know they're very hands-on. We love getting the team out there working directly with you all. It's classroom style learning though, so you'll be in a conference room. You'll get to kind of hear from the presenters, our trainers, and then we'll go through work with you kind of on the things that you just learned to get implemented. And then we also have a lot of fun. The Thursday night we put together a social event in our office. We're actually under construction right now. We're building out some more of our space, so it'll be neat for those of you who are coming in the next couple days to be able to see that. But we'd love for you all to be able to come out to learn. Really, whether it's you or your team, it's a great opportunity just to have some very focused, intentional effort on getting set up with JobTread. And for those of you who've been around the hoop for a while and know the ins and the outs, we're also kicking off some new advanced boot camps that we're going to be sharing here in the next couple days about those opportunities. There's going to be one that's going to be all about estimating, takeoff, the catalog, how you can use formulas, parameters to really streamline the whole process. So that'll be a really great one to attend. We've also got one that's going to be all about scheduling, project management, those types of things, and then a third one that will be about the reporting, dashboards, all of that advanced functionality there. So. And I think we might actually have an automations one as well. So if that's your jam, any of those, if you want to really get hands-on, learning deep, more about those, we'd love to have you come out for one of those events. So stay tuned for more information coming. And without further ado, I would like to introduce Delisa and hand this off to let her share a little bit more about what you all do over there at SRS.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. I'm Delisa Snyder. I have been with SRS for 3.5 years. This will be my 10th year in the roofing industry specifically. I started out on the contractor side, so I'm not your normal tech person. I came out of the field like a lot of you all. And part of my focus when I was a contractor was how do I go into the companies that I'm working for and help them get set up with technology. So this has always been a passion for me, and SRS has just been allowing me to expand on that. And when I'm not working, I am with my 3 boys who keep me busy, and my husband, and we love to travel the country. Last year we did 8 states in 13 days. and rooftop tents. So if anybody ever wants to know how to properly plan a trip across the West, do not use ChatGPT because they will give you some outlier uh, places to visit that you will regret. But a little bit about SRS. So if you don't know who SRS is, we are one of the largest exterior building distribution companies, and we are continuing to grow. So not only do we have our building products that focus on roofing, siding, anything exterior, we also have our verticals with Heritage Pool and Landscape. And then recently we also put in GMS, which is our drywall division. So very excited. We work directly under the umbrella of the Home Depot. And we have an extremely extensive catalog of roofing and exterior building materials. We right now cover 48 states, branches in 47, but we deliver to 48 of those states, and including Hawaii. So anybody that is potentially a JobTread customer in Hawaii, let me know. I'll come help set up your JobTread instance anytime with the integration. We also have one of the largest fleet of delivery trucks to get your materials on site. And we honestly are working with partners across contractors, technology, manufacturing nationwide. So wherever you are, we want to be there to support you. So I'm going to keep this kind of light today. Honestly, as I was preparing for this call, I was thinking about what is something that we can talk about. I wanted to really lead off with a funny video, but I realized one thing in our industry. It's really hard to find a funny video that doesn't end with something inappropriate or has a slew of curse words in it. So I thought I had one, but it ended with a curse word. So needless to say, the evolution of the trades through technology is becoming the talk of the town. We are starting to see the, retirees moving out, their children moving in who have been living in tech, and now they're trying to create efficiencies. I want to pull in some stats. So why does this conversation matter? There's a lot of reasons, and why technology is helping solve some of these problems. Margin pressure. Unfortunately, I lived through contracting during the pandemic, and I saw prices increase day after day after day. And it got to the point where, you had to be constantly on top of it, or you were losing money on jobs. And it has been reported that between 2020 and 2023, 30 to 40% of companies were seeing increasing pricing. We also fell into a labor shortage. Right now, the associated builders and contractors estimate that we need 500,000 additional workers each year to keep up with the demand that we have. And so with that, the more technology that we can bring in, the more that we can reallocate those resources to where they're needed the most. Not sending emails, they're out in the field, they're actually managing the projects, not duplicating order entry. The other things that really hit home, especially as I was working through the roofing industry, is homeowners are so much more educated than they were 15 years ago. You can Google just about anything. We've also gotten into that world of instant gratification, where when we want a price on something and we want a project, we want it now. And so over 90% of homeowners research contractors online before they even make the first call. And the companies that answer within the first 5 minutes are 21 times more likely to close that lead. How insane is that? 21 times just to be there to answer that call in that first 5 minutes. So when you combine rising costs, labor shortages, anything that you can do with technology to reduce any of those inefficiencies is huge, and could be what helps you grow, scale, and make that money that you want to have for your families, for your companies, for your employees. And so in many cases, the real issue is that all of our technology, even if we do have it, they don't talk to each other. So we're seeing that shift now from tools to the connected ecosystems. And that's why I'm glad that I'm here with JobTread today, because we're now getting to that part where we're that connected ecosystem. A CRM alone is not enough. Supplier portals are not enough. It's when they all start talking together that we see that true efficiency. So giving an idea of where we started with this, platforms like JobTread help manage the projects. You guys are in there, you see it every day. And it's helping eliminate that swivel chair effect. So every contractor that has been recently surveyed, we're seeing that there's using anywhere between 5 and 10 different technology tools, and they're not always living within one platform. I equate it to when I used to print a document or open the mail, hand it off to my office manager. My office manager would scan it in, they would email it to me so I could get it to the right place. Or better yet, we had manila folders laying all around the office. So now that we have these ecosystems like JobTread pushing the orders through, we can have it not only be there to be the portion where you're estimating and proposing a project to a customer. It's taking it a step further by allowing you to flow through to get to ordering. And then lastly, when the order is completed, everything's delivered. What about the information that flows back? Your invoicing, your order updates and statuses, all of that is coming back. You don't need multiple people to manage that. So with that said, SRS is looking to really eliminate that swivel chair. So we at SRS started in 2019 with our digital journey. We announced Roof Hub in 2019, and it was our digital ordering platform designed to give contractors easier access to their pricing, product availability, and ordering. But what we learned through that is while we built a great tool, we still had customers that were coming to us and saying, you know what, we love what Roof Hub can do, but please pull it back into our systems. So that's where we started partnering with different companies like EagleView and Hover to bring measurement reports into our system, or even partnering as far as saying, hey, here's our product catalog. And that's just continued to grow. And we're getting new partners every day, like JobTread, like our shift left tools, like Company Cam, Project Map It, any of those companies that can come alongside and help you through the process. We're going to connect all of those different tools. And the goal is simple. We want to remove friction from your everyday life. And that's exactly what JobTread is doing through this integration, is they're helping you remove the friction. They're helping you remove the multiple steps towards getting you order placed. We're eliminating the phone calls. We're eliminating the confusion and translation when you receive an order. So if you have never placed an order inside of Roof Hub or with JobTread, now with the integration live, you know that it equips you with so much more communication and certainty that your job is going to have the material on site as soon as you hit send. You're not worried about the opportunities to send that text message or your carrier pigeon, like I always like to joke, to your territory manager or your account executive with your order. And it's going to be that one time that they're out on the boat fishing and they drop that phone in the lake. I made that joke for a very long time until it actually did happen with one of our territory managers. And sure enough, his phone did fall to the bottom of the lake. It did get saved. It was in a fanny pack. So I still don't let him live it down. Not because he dropped his phone in the lake, but because he was using a fanny pack. So, why JobTread and SRS make sense? Like I said, project management and supplier integration is the next step forward to efficiency. You get workflow continuity, so you can use your pricing from estimation to ordering to building, and we're reducing that back and forth. So all that to say, what they have built is really neat. We're already seeing adoption. And so I do want to transition this back over to Eric to show what has been built. and how we are here to support you both from the SRS lens and the JobTread lens to make this a successful experience. And last but not least, your feedback is key to continuing to improve any experience. Even if you see something that's not in JobTread now, and you want to suggest that to SRS to say, hey, here's a missing piece. How can we make it better? How can SRS and JobTread work together to build another tool to support you all with that efficiency? Eric, I'll let you take it over.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate that. So my favorite time here is getting to actually do live demos for everyone. So I'm going to switch over here. This is just our JT Roofing, our demo org. Where we're going to start those is over here in the settings. So under the integrations, this is where you'll be able to come in and you will find the SRS integration tile. If you don't already have it connected, then you'll probably just kind of see the need to connect. I believe you will have a couple different options where you'll either need an invoice to get some details off that, or you can get your key from the Roof Hub. If you don't have an SRS account yet, then we would certainly love for you to create one. You just click on this JobTread Marketplace, and that's going to take you over, and you can fill that out, get some information, and Delisa will get you all set up. But over here in the integration settings, this is where you're going to be able to set your default branch. And then also, very important, you've got some permissions. So you get to decide which roles you want to allow to be able to order materials through this integration. So admins will always be able to order, but if you wanted to give, project managers or additional people the ability to do that, you can do so. Then we've got some other just kind of helpful content here. But we're going to come over here to the catalog. And so in the catalog, as you know, we've got our global catalog right here. And this is where you're going to be able to come over and see the SRS integration. And so in here, again, you'll be able to pick your branch. It's going to default there. And then if you have multiple accounts, you'll be able to choose which account. Otherwise, it should just default to your main account. And then you can decide, do you want to kind of view all the products? We could come in and kind of go through each of the different categories, kind of get more information about those, and we can kind of just check them all out. Or we could come over and we could just search. So however you like to find your information, it's all right here in this global catalog section. And then once you have found that the information that you want to display, you'll be able to decide which ones you want to actually save. So you see we've got them kind of grouped up under the product, and then you can see the different variations. So if I wanted to add all three of these to my catalog, I could just go ahead and I could hit add. And so that would bring them all in and save them directly into my catalog. If you wanted to get some more information, you can click on that and it'll just kind of give you the full description, show you a little bit more info there. So lots of good stuff all right there. You can also set up templates if you want. That will be able to essentially kind of pull in from your SRS. But once you've done that, then you're going to have all of that information over here, and this is where we would suggest you come over and you build out your different templates. So we've actually created one that's got SRS and Eagle View all connected here, and so it's got all the different materials that we're going to have involved. It's all set up where we can pull in the measurement data from Eagle View, and that's going to automatically do the material takeoff. So I'm going to actually go over and create a new job and show you what that looks like. So we'll do it here. I'm going to kind of skip past some of this stuff. As you know, when typically you're going to start in the budget. So we're just going to grab that SRS template. We're going to import it. And so this is going to have all of the detail, and it's a very basic one, but we're going to give the customer a couple selections, just which shingle do they want. But once you've got this all built out, typically, if you're using Eagle View or Hover, one of those, you can just come over here and you can actually just, request the report. You can do the order. I've already got this one ordered, so I'm just going to add it to my job. And essentially that's going to pull in all of the detail from that. And then I get all of that measurement data. Now, you certainly don't have to use either of these. You can just manually key this in. It's just a little bit easier and quicker for me to be able to do this. But as you can see now, all of these formulas are going to automatically calculate what our material needs to be based on that measurement data. And so once you've got that populated, again, as with anything else in JobTread, if you needed to add or remove or make any changes, you could. But this again lets you be able to pull all of that data in. Now let's say we had, let me go over here and just kind of make a couple changes. Let's say, we had previously had, maybe this set at 35 and this is at, 42, and, we'll just put 40 in here for example's sake. So if we had our, essentially our costs had been outdated, the thing that you can do now, which is really helpful, is just come over here so you can just select the whole job and essentially update from the global catalog. And so this is where it's pulling in, and it's going to show you real-time pricing for each of the items that you've selected there. And so anything that has changed or is different, we'll be able to get those updates. So I'm just going to go ahead and say I want to update everything to that price. Now you can see here, this is also going to tell you based on availability if you need to confirm additional info. Our account is just a test account, so I assume most things aren't going to be in stock, but we're going to go ahead and update it. So now that we've got all of our pricing, from SRS updated there, we can go and create the proposal. If I did need to go grab an additional item, something like that, I can always come over here to the global catalog, pop it up, kind of go find it and just add it directly to the job. You don't have to go through the template. It's just nice to have this all set up, ready to go. So once you've got that flushed out, you can come over here, proposal. We're going to pull in every single thing from the document. We got all our design, however much detail you want to show in your proposals, totally up to you guys. And then here's where we've got those different selections. So we've given them 3 different options for their materials. Once they make a selection, it's going to show them, hey, if we want something cheaper, if we're willing to spend a little bit more, kind of however you want to do it, you're able to come in here and show, those options. And so, typically you'd send this to the customer and they can approve it. I'm just going to go ahead and skip past that, and I'm going to approve this for us because the real awesome stuff happens now. So now that we've gotten this job approved and we're ready to actually go order the material, this is where we can just come in again, click plus document, SRS order. And so here's where all of the information is going to be reviewed and then fed to SRS. So we've got, choose, do we want delivery? Do we want pickup from the branch? We'll just stick it with delivery. It's automatically populating the job address right here. If we wanted to go ahead and choose a date or not, we can kind of leave it as TBD, or we can say, we need it next a couple of Mondays from now. We could request AM, PM, or anytime, and this one's gonna be a ground drop. So any additional instructions to the branch, whatever it may be, you can kind of type in all those notes. They will get to see all of that as well. And then you're going to see here all of the items that have been approved in the budget will be automatically selected. As you can see, nothing else was, it was just kind of this one grouping that was selected. The others weren't selected here, so it's just going to be set up like that. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to submit this order, and this is going to go straight to the branch. They're going to get all of this electronically, and then so we've created now this SRS order. It's automatically showing up in our budget and our job costing there. But we also have now view order details. So I can just click on this, and this takes me straight to that order right over here in SRS. Everything that we ordered for this job, all the details. If you need to come over here, review any of it, you can see all that, which is just nice that it's again linked right there. And yeah. So that essentially is all it takes to place those orders. It's going to go straight through, back over in our budget. We're going to see all the information for that order, as committed cost, and all the material will show up on the job site. So don't forget, Delisa, to cancel that order, because I don't want these to show up here at our office. But it is a really seamless integration that makes it very easy. Now, one caveat I want to point out to everyone is that if you've already built your budget templates in JobTread in your catalog, you're going to want to come over here, and I'll just choose this kind of random item. You're going to want to make sure that you come over here, and you're going to need to link those existing items to the SRS item. So you're just going to click link to global catalog. We can come find that item, whatever it is. I'm just going to pick a random thing right now. But this is what is going to essentially link this cost item in your catalog to this specific item right here. And so that's how we know when we send over the information to SRS, exactly what item it is, because you may have changed the name of it. You might want to call it something else, whatever you need to do. You can do that. You can pull the cost in real time right now, or if you needed to, maybe this is the wrong item or you wanted to change it, you could just click, relink, go search again, or you can unlink the items. So that's the process of going through, and you'll need to do that for your different items there that you already have. If you're importing these items from SRS, from the get-go, then it's going to happen automatically. So that'll make it nice and easy. If again, maybe you've already got an existing budget and it wasn't linked and you want to get it linked, you can do that directly here on the job. I just think it's important though that you do it over in the catalog so that every future job it's going to have that automatically linked there so that you can see all of that. So yeah, let's see. I think that covers most of it. Is there anything I forgot there, Matt or Delisa?
You did forget something, actually.
What
So
are-
when you do place that order, um, not only will you receive a confirmation inside of RoofHub, you will also receive a confirmation email to the user that placed that order, but better yet, the branch that is receiving that order will get a confirmation email, a printed copy. So if they forgot how to log into their computers that day, they still have access to that printed copy. And then last but not least, your account executive or your territory manager on your account is also going to be notified anytime you place an order. So there's no worries about it being missed, because now, rather than just going to one individual, if you've done that process before, you're getting notified, or many people are getting notified. So there's no chance of a vacation day or someone being out sick and someone misses your order.
Yeah, awesome. So
Um,
this is, yeah, and as Delisa said earlier, we're looking at how we can continue enhancing this integration. So as you guys get in there and start using it, definitely give us feedback. I know one of the things we want to get in there next is being able to essentially, once the order has been completely fulfilled and is done, being able to pull in the actual expense, the bill directly from RoofHub into JobTread to again further automate the entire process of doing the job costings. We're really excited about that, but we look forward to hearing everyone's ideas about what else we can do to again just really harness the opportunity here that we have to have this partnership with SRS.
Last but not least, and I do always forget to say this, but we look at it as the skip at the line kind of mentality too when you're placing orders through the integration, because you're not waiting on someone at the branch to show up the next day. Doesn't matter if it's noon or midnight. When you place that order, if the material is available, it's instantly allocated to you. So nobody else can come in at 7 a.m. and grab the material that you needed, because it's already yours. So it's earmarked for you. You don't have to worry about waiting on someone to be there to key it in.
Yeah, that's great. That's awesome. A couple other things. If anyone wanted to sort of see what this looks like before you've connected to the roof hub, just over here we've got the ability. Oh, this one's already connected too. Let me go find a different one here and go over to the pool builder. Surely we don't have it connected there. So we've got the ability to essentially this is what it'll show you before you've connected. So in order to get set up, you can either use the integration key, which you will get from your Roof Hub right here, or you can pull up any invoice and get the account number, invoice number, kind of give those details. Either one of those approaches will get you connected to your Roof Hub. Let's see. And then, I guess if there's ever any additional information, obviously you've got this video here, but in our help desk, you can come search that, and you will see this global catalog. So again, we've got kind of this help article that kind of walks you through everything, getting everything updated. If you ever have any questions or if you'd like to hop on the phone with someone on our team, we're certainly happy to do that. You can reach out to support@jobtread.com, or your customer success manager would be another great resource. We're happy to hop on, kind of get this set up for you. Or if we ever need, obviously we have a great communication channel with Delisa and the SRS team. If we need to get them involved, we're happy to do that as well. But yeah, we're really excited about this and look forward to seeing how this can really streamline from, again, estimating your jobs, getting that real-time pricing, availability, all the way through to getting those materials ordered, getting them showing up on the job site at the right time so that you can get that job built and wrapped up. Any other thoughts, Delisa?
I don't think so. Excited to get everybody on board. We're excited to hear your feedback. Look for more announcements over the next month or so to more broadly announce the relationship. And yeah, thanks, Eric and Matt, for everything that you do, and can't wait to see this grow.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
congratulations on your 10,000.
Thank
Very,
you. Really
very glad
appreciate
I had an
that.
opportunity to be there to celebrate that with you.
Yeah, no, we had a good time. But yeah, if anyone ever has the opportunity to go to one of SRS's events, I can confirm they are the industry's best events. We've been to, I think we've gotten to go to a concert with you guys once every the last couple months. So yeah, uh, just got a couple more upcoming webinars for everyone. Just definitely want to stay tuned for these. We've got the 30-day automation blueprint on March 10th with Nick Perrette. We've got March 11th with Randy and 4 Level Coach, how elite teams drive 10x growth and how to build one. And then on March 24th, unlocking JobTread's potential with automations and integrations. So be sure to register, tune into those. I'd love to see you there. And yeah, happy to answer any questions. If anyone wants to, either unmute yourself or actually, I don't know if you're able to, but we're here in the chat. Can kind of look through that, or again, if you want to follow up after, you can reach out to us through support@jobtread.com. That's all we got, though. Appreciate it, everyone. Thanks for coming.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.